Alright, y'all. We are back another video, back another reaction, backslash, let's talk about it. So, Shannon Sharpe, back out here again, talking crazy for no reason. Shannon, at this point, Shay, you need to be put on a leash. Because now you just running your mouth at this point. What now what is it? Black people react to Shannon Sharpe alleged anti-black comment after horsehair remark on Twitter. Interesting. Now, I'll be honest. I found this video of watching somebody else's, and there was a specific part that caught my attention, and I said, you know what? Gotta hit the record button. Because Shannon Sharpe, like I said, like he's just been running his mouth lately. First, he's been glazing on Caitlin Clark. Shannon Sharpe has been glazing on Caitlin Clark. Then he get caught 4, 8, 16 IRL in real life pixels smashing some Michelle, or some people saying Michael, and he accidentally went on IG Live. At this point, I think he lying. Because there's no way you're telling me you accidentally went live. How do you accidentally go live and all you hear in the background is he sound like Day Day when Day Day was trying to imitate Baby D. Y'all remember this from Friday?
Baby D. You don't know, that's why you looking at me, because you don't know Baby D. Her fat ass be snoring and don't even be asleep, just standing there.
That's how Shannon Sharpe was on live.
Little cupcakes and shit. This fat bitch know about all the new snacks before they even hit the street. All the bootleg snacks. The year 2000 snacks. Yeah, go tell me the other day, tell me.
That's my Michelle.
That cupcake got a new Twinkie coming out next month.
That's my Michelle.
It's a bad motherfucker.
Like, come on, man. Like, that's literally Shannon Sharpe on IG Live accidentally. Like, come on now. How do you accidentally do that? Now he on here on Twitter talking about women got horsehair. All right.
Is facing backlash for comments seen as anti-black after a heated exchange on social media. It all started when Sharpe defended WNBA star Caitlin Clark, drawing criticism for not acknowledging the contributions of black athletes in the league. Things escalated when he fired back
at this man, bro. Like,
at a Megan Thee Stallion fan.
Does Mountain Dew make you do that?
In the league.
And I know he got the clear gel in his fingers.
Things escalated when he fired back.
Mountain Dew don't make you do that.
At a Megan Thee Stallion
So what does Sprite make you do?
Fan using a horsehair insult, which many took as a dig at black women who wear hair extensions. The controversy has reignited conversations about Sharpe's treatment of black women. And
now, I will say this. From the original video I was watching, the original reactor to this video, they brought up the point of Martin. You know the show Martin, the Martin show back in the 90s? How Martin will always bag on Pam or roast Pam for having horsehair. And you kind of just like, laugh it off because they roast each other. It's comedy. Shannon Sharpe, I ain't gonna lie, you can't get this past because you've been trying to be a little sneaky lately.
His tendency
Shell
to defend white athletes over black ones. Stay tuned as we break it all down and see the reactions from the people.
September 25th, 2024, 6:06 p.m. I will no longer respond to any negativity. It's not that serious for me, I guess. I've got kids, and I would upset. What? Yeah, this man was. Yeah, he almost broke his phone screen. I know his phone screen is cracked. I've got kids, and I would upset with them if they responded in this matter. This is beneath me. Y'all pray for me though. Shannon, what prayer do you need? Like, you just been talking crazy for no reason, giving Uncle Ruckus vibes. Understand?
Stephen A., I would be
My issue is, as Shannon Sharpe never speaks on the disrespect of the rest of the women of the W experience, always defending Caitlin. The WNBA disrespect didn't start with Caitlin. They've been disrespected for years. Caitlin's buzz made that hate way worse, and people who tried to have the other women's backs who've gotten haters by people like Shannon, Sharpe, Sass, Stephen A. Smith, who wanted us to be thankful for rating boosts. This is what I've been saying for the longest time. Like, the WNBA has been getting disrespected way before Caitlin Clark. And like I said yesterday, the WNBA was to a point where people try to go to McDonald's and get like a Happy Meal for their kid after school or for lunch. People try to slide in some WNBA tickets for a deal. Like, you don't want those. Like, with all due respect to the WNBA, we don't want them tickets. What we gonna do with them? Now, it's starting to get buzz and everybody wants to thank Caitlin Clark, which I think is not true. Because there's so much talent in this league to not just worry about Caitlin Clark. That's why I keep saying over and over, this league is not advertised correctly. Because Caitlin Clark has more buzz than a 3-time WNBA MVP and just won it unanimously. Nafisa Collier is averaging 40 points per game and just won Defensive Player of the Year. I guess nobody cares. The New York Liberty is the #1 team in the league, and they're playing against the 3-time MVP tomorrow in that series. Like, come on, bro. There's so much talent in this league, and y'all just worried about Caitlin Clark all day. Like, come on now. And then y'all complain about the referee. Now, I will say that last game was crazy. The 23-9 free throw proportion was crazy. But it's like every time the Fever lose, it's the ref's fault or it's the coach Christy Side's fault. So it's either one or the other. Go ahead and get Uncle Ruckus to be the ref. Matter of fact, let's do this. Hold on 1 second. Because at this point, you might as well just start doing this, bro. Go ahead and get Uncle Ruckus to be y'all referees.
Oh, everybody, keep an eye on your wallet. Look here, old dog. Only stealing and shooting I want to see.
Dejanay Carrington, chat. Let Riley be Dejanay Carrington. Let this be the new refs for Caitlin Clark games.
Is up this here b-ball, you little future. Look here, old dog. Only stealing and shooting I want to see is up this here b-ball, you little future ex-con. Game on! White man made you look like a fool. Ain't no surprise to me. All the greatest basketball players have always been white. Still are. Larry Bird, Dirt Nowitzki. Oh, sure, he ugly as hell on the face, but he is white as rice.
But this is what the league is going through right now that people are trying to say, but they're more focused on Caitlin Clark getting, hit in the head or poked in the eye.
Looking at the white girl is a foul. He ugly as hell on the face, but he is
That's
white
what people really want, though. If you're being honest, they just not gonna say it. This is all for ratings and boosts and, not really for the fairness of the league. It's just for rating and boost to keep Caitlin Clark there.
Looking at the white girl is a foul. Speaking to the white girl is a technical foul. And touching the white girl, now that's a lynching. Game on! Foul! Keep your hand off that white girl. Foul!
Come on, man. That's some old bullshit.
That's a technical foul.
Y'all might as well just start saying that then. Like, bro, y'all making it way deeper than what it is, man. Like, it's a sport. Stop trying to act like something deep.
If I didn't say this, a lot of this.
Caitlin Clark said it herself. Like, it's trolls. They have nothing else better to do. Who else said that? Kelsey Mitchell and Erica Wheeler, they all said the thing. It's just trolling. People have nothing else better to do but to sit on their couch and be musty all day. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's like, come on now.
Noise came by people that were sitting on this network. They tried to minimize her. Say, well, you giving her all this credit. What about the women that came before her? What the women came before her, what they did cannot be taken away. That ain't got nothing to do with Caitlin Clark.
And that's another thing she said too, like the older players, there's a reason why Caitlin Clark exists as far as basketball is because Caitlin Clark looked up at these older players that have nothing to do with Caitlin Clark. Apparently they have nothing to do with Caitlin Clark, but she looked up to these older players. Like Maya Moore, who is black. Shannon Sharpe. Maya Moore is black, and that's who Caitlin Clark looked up to. Like, don't act like these old players ain't got nothing to do with Caitlin Clark when they clear as they do. They had an influence on her. She said it herself that She idolized these players. So, like, come on now.
People tried to make sure they keep Caitlin Clark in her place because what you're doing, if you give her all this shine, you minimize what they done.
That's your issue, not mine. I have no issue with anything I've said in regards to WNBA and its players, past or present. And this is what Terrence said before Shannon's response. My issue is Shannon Sharpe never. Oh, yeah, we read that already. We read this one. Meg the Stallion fan says, "Oh, I'm sure you don't." Shannon Sharpe response, why are you on my page? Yeah, Shannon Sharpe, I know his phone screen is cracking right now because he's not even typing right. he breaking his phone screen. Why are you on my page? Don't you have another horse to ride for his hair? Stop trying to kill my vibe. Shannon, who do you think you are to be saying that, though? Like, don't worry about Michelle. Like, what are you doing? Didn't you say you was done responding to negativity? Like, what are you doing? This must have been before. They gonna have you in the shade room making another apology video for that comment. But what? Meg didn't tweet me. That clown did. Wow. Shannon, alright. I'm telling you, that's not what you want to do. Not with Black Twitter. It's not what you want to do.
Horsehair? Yeah, Shannon Sharpe definitely does not like black women. Like, how deep into his geriatric bag did he have to go to pull out this insult? Horsehair? That's such a 80s insult to black women.
Yeah, because like I was saying earlier, like the show Martin, that's what Martin used to say to Pam all the time. The horsehair. What stable did you get your horsehair from?
And
You know what I'm saying? But now it's
he
like,
saw this woman's profile picture, who, by the way, is a well-known celebrity, and that's clearly not her account. Anyways, the fact that he saw a black woman and was like, fake hair, like, that was his immediate insult. I'm trying to think of the last time I even heard someone, like, use that as an insult. And the funny part about it is that black women are not the only women who wear wigs and weave. The white girls and the Latinas be tracked up too, I promise you.
yeah, they trying to keep up. The Snow Bunnies, the Latinas, they trying to, yeah.
Wigs and weave. The white girls and the Latinas be tracked up too, I promise you. But that horsehair insult was a very specific insult to insult black women for a very long time. So Shannon Sharpe, just like this comment says here, you're never beating the allegation.
You don't hate us. You hate your... What? What did it say?
Shannon Sharpe, just like this comment says here.
You don't hate us. Does it say you hate your mama? Oh. Pray you heal one day. You never beating them any black allegations.
You're never beating the allegations.
Shannon Sharpe has not said anything that I don't expect Shannon Sharpe to say. I don't mean that in a positive way. Either he or the internet has branded Shannon Sharpe as the older uncle who smokes and drinks and says things that he shouldn't and has these old thoughts, these old views that you can just go, that is that uncle that has, you know how he get down. That is exactly who Shannon Sharpe is to me, and I'm surprised that y'all are surprised.
Never talk to a white woman like that. This disrespect.
Okay, this is where I stopped at and say, you know what, it's time to start recording, because if you read the caption, it says academics, these academics, speaks on Shannon Sharpe beefing with the evil Shea Butter Shade Room Ku Klux Keishas. Ku Klux Keisha? I never heard that ever in my entire life until 30 minutes ago. Ku Klux Keishas? Wow. I ain't gonna lie, they finna start using that. They finna start stealing this and say, Luke, shut up, Luke, like Geisha. Oh,
Black woman is
that.
wild. He said, clearly you don't follow me, but ask around. They'll tell you. Now, Shannon's starting to feel himself.
Yeah, he in the building, he's feeling himself.
Turn up, Shannon. I fuck with it.
This man started to get paid. Now he talking crazy all because of Cat Williams came on his podcast.
I fuck with it. Niggas been playing with your sexuality, been saying that you stage this and third. Shannon has had it with y'all. The nigga made a couple M's off of the Cat Williams interview. He's lit as fuck. He's not about to like keep getting bitched around. That's what Skip Bayless did, and he ain't about to get bitched around by no group or cult or black woman, period. And somebody said everything they said about you was right. He says, educated father, brother, son, great friend to some, host of CSS, and co-host of Nightcap, and anything after that, I don't give a fuck. Yo, Shannon is talking like Big Act. Yo, this is how you talk when you write your checks. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. When you write your checks, when you own the company that's writing your checks, you talk like this. When you know ESPN can fire your ass, you don't. Now, he does work for ESPN, but clearly his bread and butter, ESPN is probably a visibility thing. His bread and butter is coming from his show. You know what I mean? Club Shay Shay. So Club Shay Shay and Nightcap is bringing, I would imagine, about 70 to 80% of the back for him right now. So he knows, even if he loses the ESPN gig, like he's lit right now. So this is how you talk. But you know what? People don't like when, people talk so full of themselves. They like when people are unsure or doubtful. They seem insecure. People like to lift you up, not watch you be up there and kind of talk that shit. Somebody says, yo, you offended Meg. He says, I'm talking about the girl that tweeted me. Meg didn't tweet me. And then someone's going to later tell her that the person who tweeted you has Meg as her profile picture. He said, is that Meg tweeting me? Yes or no? Now, they're assuming that Shannon made that tweet about the horsehair thing, right? He said, by looking at her profile. If you look at her profile, this is supposedly Meg Thee Stallion, right? This is Meg Thee Stallion. So they're like, if you're dissing this person based on this, you're dissing Meg Thee Stallion. You're not dissing the actual black woman that might be running the page. You're dissing Meg if you're saying go get some horsehair, which they're saying that's even anti-black. He says, so people are saying, yo, you're dissing Meg. They're like, what? What do you mean? Megan.
Sharpe also sparked controversy with a comment aimed at a Megan Thee Stallion fan on X, formerly Twitter. When the fan challenged him, Sharpe responded with, don't you have another horse to rob of his hair? Many interpreted this as a derogatory reference to black women who wear hair extensions, reigniting accusations of anti-blackness. Sharpe defended his stance, claiming he had no issue with what he'd said, but later acknowledged that his behavior was beneath him and stated he would no longer engage with negative comments. This incident has stirred up ongoing discussions about how Sharpe interacts with black women and his defense of Clark, with some accusing him of favoring white athletes over black ones.
I'm watching the game.
Well, I mean, at the same time, though, Shannon Sharpe, Lord and Savior, is LeBron. So,
Now,
yeah,
Shay
I
Shay?
guess. But again, Shannon Sharpe almost fought an entire team for LeBron.
Shannon Sharpe.
If y'all remember that series when he was Lakers versus Grizzlies and Shannon Sharpe, come right here. Come right here. Come right here. Say it to my face. Well, this man almost fought an entire team in front of LeBron.
You know you played yourself, right? So a black woman critiques you and says that she feels like you don't advocate enough for black female athletes, but you continue to advocate for a white female athlete, and your immediate response is to be anti-black and respond with...
In my opinion, though, like, it's fine. Like, you could say Caitlin Clark is a great player because she is. She's very entertaining to watch. I will say that. The main reason I feel like people don't like Caitlin Clark is because the fan base that she has is toxic. That's why these WNBA players, even Caitlin Clark has came out and said it, but Alyssa Thomas, Dejanay, Angel Reese, they're all saying it's not really Caitlin Clark, it's her fans that are being derogatory, racist towards them. And I feel like the WNBA players are saying, why is Caitlin not saying anything about it until yesterday when she finally did talk about it? That they're trolls and they're just have nothing else better to do. But
don't you have another horse to rob of their hair? And the fact that you're willing to disrespect...
But again, there's so much talent in the WNBA. It's just like, how can you just not only worry about Caitlin Clark when there's so much players that are really good?
Probably your target audience, black people, black women. Because someone gave you a critique, which literally equals your ratings. The people who put money in your mouth is who you decided to disrespect. And see, that's the problem. Y'all want the support of black people, specifically black women, when it's lining your pocket. But the minute they say something you don't agree with, all of a sudden their opinion doesn't matter and you become anti-black. And what's even crazier is that some of the biggest interviews that launched your career in talk show
Or
are
black people.
literally black women. Monique,
Okay.
Glorilla, Megan Thee Stallion, Amanda Seals. Let's not forget.
That is crazy. He did interview Meg Thee Stallion and then disrespected her fans. Yeah, that's tough. I ain't gonna lie to you. That's tough.
It was all fun and jokes when you accidentally went live and had your little moment. But now you getting beside yourself.
You know what I mean? Like, he feeling himself.
You want to act like the victim? Uncle Shay Shay, pack it up.
Why is everything
Shell.
rooted in anti-blackness? Why is everything rooted in self-hate? Why is it constantly about the black community and black women specifically?
Why is it filtered like this? What's even more, what do you say? This is such an anti-black thing to say. LMAOO. OMG. Really out now, son. What's even more anti-black is the ish y'all say to black people. You don't even know. I don't go on people timeline and talk reckless, but some of y'all do, and when the response isn't what you hope for, you're anti-black. Buck dancing. You're anti-black buck dancing. Get what you give.
If you guys haven't been over on X, Shannon Sharpe was going back and forth with some of the people on there, specifically this one account that, mind you, wasn't even a real account. This was a ghost account that was using Megan Thee Stallion as its profile picture. He goes back and forth with this person about him constantly capping and protecting and defending white players like Caitlin Clark, while being super hard and condescending on players like Lamar Jackson. He then gets upset with this person and says, "Why are you on my page? Don't you have more horsehair to go rob?" Now, this is the page. This is a ghost page that is using celebrities as profile pictures that he took and looked at and said, "Oh, that's a black woman. Let me go in on this." I said when I did a video on Shannon Sharpe on my YouTube, I said a long time ago, I think that Shannon Sharpe is very insecure. And I think he's extremely insecure because sometimes before he gives his critiques, he will say, well, I know people will say that I'm hating, or I know that people will say that I'm not qualified, or I know that people will say that, I'm not as good as that person. It's like, why are you starting off your critique or your opinion with that? I felt like he had low self-esteem. He's been through a lot, raised by his grandmother. I don't know what the story is about his parents, but clearly there are some issues there, because there is no way that you can convince me that someone who's happy with their life is going to be on social media cutting a fuse every single chance that someone says something about them that they don't like when they've amounted the type of success that Shannon Sharpe has had. This dude is uber successful. He is the hottest thing in commentary on any platform. Okay, on YouTube, he got that shit wrapped up. On ESPN, he got that shit wrapped up. He got so many liquor brands, this brand, that brand. And you're telling me you care about motherfuckers saying that you're gay, that you would probably accidentally go live to prove those rumors wrong? Then you're going back and forth with people on X about an opinion that you get paid to give. Why do you care?
Shannon Sharpe is 100% not beating the Gen X coon allegations, because this man is still using black women and horsehair jokes in the year 2024. Like, those jokes used to run rampant in the 90s and 2000s, but first off, they were never that funny, and for you to still be using it in 2024 just shows how out of touch you are. And then when you add in the context that this all stemmed from him going above and beyond to defend Caitlin Clark, it's just starting to get weird with Shannon Sharpe. And I know over the course of the last few years, he's gotten status, he keeps it real, and everybody fucks with him. But if he's doing shit like this, I can't vibe with it, I can't support it, I can't fuck with it. And then when you add in the fact that he had that little Instagram live thing to try and prove that he wasn't gay, like, this man is still going through identity crisis, and he's about to be 60 soon. So he can keep 60. It real all he wants, but he is not beating that Gen X coon allegation.
Yeah, Shannon, it's time for you to get off the net, bro. You about to be 60? Oh, this man about to hit an NBA 2K overall in a minute. Man's age is about to hit the lowest NBA 2K overall you can be for a rookie. It's a 60. Holy.
Shannon Sharpe recently found himself at the center of controversy after making comments about Caitlin Clark's influence on the WNBA during an episode of First Take.
Yeah, just worry about your podcast, man. That's about it.
Sharpe acknowledged Clark's
podcast and ESPN.
Undeniable talent.
Not you talking about somebody hair
and impact.
Horsehair.
But argued that her rise should not overshadow the legacies of WNBA trailblazers like Maya Moore, Candace Parker, Lisa Leslie acknowledged Clark's undeniable talent in WNBA during an episode of First Take. Sharpe acknowledged Clark's undeniable talent and impact, but argued that her rise should not overshadow the legacies of WNBA trailblazers like Maya Moore, Candace Parker, Lisa Leslie, Diana Taurasi, and Simone Augustus.
It shouldn't.
According to Sharpe, while Clark deserves recognition, it's important to remember and honor the contributions of these legendary players who helped build the league. What the women that came before her did cannot be taken away, Sharpe emphasized.
It shouldn't be.
Making it clear that the history of the WNBA is rich with achievements from numerous players, and Clark is simply adding to that legacy rather than replacing it. However, Sharpe's remarks sparked significant backlash on social media, with some users accusing him of downplaying the struggles and disrespect that earlier WNBA players endured. One critic expressed frustration, claiming Sharpe never speaks on the disrespect the rest of the women of the W experienced, implying that Sharpe's focus on Clark and other current players glossed over the hardships faced by their predecessors. In response, Sharpe remained firm, stating, "That's your issue, not mine."
Yeah, see, that's the problem. I feel like, again, I'll say it again, that these players, they're attacking Caitlin Clark and being like, you know, Luana Bonner treated Caitlin Clark the other day, and how Alyssa Thomas spoke out about it. It's not because really Caitlin Clark, it's the fans. It's the fans that follow Caitlin Clark brought all this weirdness and the trolling to the league.
Which many perceive as
and a lot of people, I understand people saying that, you know, if you can't take it, just get off the internet. But most people, that's how a lot of people connect with their fans, just social media. They can't just like give them out their number and all that. So they be on social media to connect with their fans or just, you know, laugh at someone on the internet. And they get on their Instagram, their Twitter, X, whatever, their Facebook or whatever, and they getting destroyed with hard R's. I'm like, what is this? What is this for? What did I do to you? What did I do to you to be called this? Caitlin Clark has nothing to do with the trolls. That has nothing to do with you, but you coming with me calling me all this, that, and this. You know what I mean? That's what the WNBA players are saying. But I think people are overstepping that point. And they're just like, oh, they're just bullying Caitlin Clark because she's straight and white and all that. That does not matter. You know what I mean? Because if that's the case, Breonna Stewart would be getting bullied. Sabrina would be getting bullied. Well, you know, she's white. She's not straight, but she's white. You know what I mean? If it's about black versus white, Sabrina, Breonna Stewart, they all would be getting destroyed right now. But that's not the point. They're trying to figure out why is Caitlin Clark fans talking like this and not somebody else. You know what I mean?
It's just
a lot.
This
the league is in a toxic place right
now. The
now.
outrage with fans accusing Sharpe of being tone
and what's
deaf.
crazy is next year, it may not even be the same.
And not fully appreciate
all this just might die down within the next few months. Everybody's going to be like faded memory.
Struggles of women in the WNBA. The situation quickly escalated when Sharpe responded sarcastically to another user, questioning why they were on his page and making a snide remark about the person's profile picture, which some interpreted as a veiled insult aimed at Megan Thee Stallion, given the user's image. This interaction further intensified the backlash, with people accusing Sharpe of being disrespectful and even anti-black, as the tone of his comments appeared to alienate some of his own fan base. His critics suggested that Sharpe's responses showed a lack of sensitivity toward both WNBA players and black women, fueling debates about whether he was truly giving credit to the athletes who paved the way for stars like Caitlin Clark. Facing mounting criticism, Sharpe eventually declared that he would stop engaging with negativity on social media, saying he would no longer respond to critics after Wednesday. Despite this,
because you pushing 60, you need to worry about ESPN and your podcast and not accidentally going IG Live. Them the three things you need to worry about.
He raised broader
your phone in the car or whatever, like
questions
you said.
About the complexities of discussing sports legacies and balancing the recognition of current stars with the acknowledgement of past players who helped shape the game. Sharpe's comments about Caitlin Clark and his responses to critics shed light on the often delicate nature of discussing the WNBA's history, particularly when it comes to ensuring that both the accomplishments of today's athletes and the struggles of past players are equally respected.
And yeah, chat, so that's that. That's the end of this video, man. Let me know in the comments how you feel about this. Do you feel as if Shannon Sharpe's comments about, you know, black women and their hair and all that, is that really necessary, or is that fair? This is where I got the video from. It's from D Chanel, by the way. Anyways, you guys let me know down below in the comments, and I'm gonna see you guys in the next video, man.